All right, let's dive into something, well, a little wild today. We're going to explore this fascinating and maybe even a bit controversial idea. What if a super high-tech car, a Tesla, could actually help us understand an ancient spiritual practice? Sounds crazy, right? Let's unpack it.
I know. It sounds a little out there, doesn't it? Can a self-driving car, a piece of cutting-edge technology, really give us a new way to think about something as profound as Dhyana yoga? Well, that is the exact puzzle we are going to tackle today.
So this whole idea isn't just something we pulled out of thin air. It comes from Sundar Rajan's really provocative series called Tesla equals Dhyana. He literally frames it as AI meets yoga. And it's this amazing intersection of modern tech and ancient philosophy, kind of like a 21st century Zen in the art of motorcycle maintenance. Now, you can probably guess when you throw an idea like that out there, you're going to get some pushback. And boy, did this one.
Okay, so let's get right into the objections. And we'll start with the big one. The one that probably jumped into your mind the second you heard the title. It's all about the man behind the brand, the Musk factor.
And this objection is pretty direct, right? It's a quote straight from the source material, and it doesn't pull any punches. You can feel the tension there. For a lot of people, connecting anything to a controversial figure like Elon Musk with a sacred spiritual concept, well, it just feels wrong, almost sacrilegious.
And here's the response, which is absolutely crucial to understanding the whole argument. Rajan's point is this. The metaphor has nothing to do with Musk, it's about the car. The whole idea is to separate the tool from its creator. Just like you can use a simple clay pot as a metaphor for the universe without getting into a debate about the potter's personality. The focus here is strictly on the Tesla's very specific, very unique features.
Okay, so let's say we agree to put the whole personality debate to one side. We still run smack into another, maybe even more fundamental problem. This apparent contradiction between speed and stillness.
And you can see why this is a tough one, right? On the surface, it just doesn't seem to fit. When you think Tesla, you think speed, you think insane acceleration, 0 to 60 in, 2 seconds? But when you think meditation, you think quiet, calm, stillness. They feel like total opposites. So how on earth can one be a metaphor for the other?
This is where the metaphor gets really interesting and specific. See, Sundar Rajan's argument isn't about the car in general. It's laser-focused on two very unique features, lifetime charging and full self-driving. And each of these maps directly to a specific spiritual concept. Let's break them down, one by one. First up, we have this concept of Guru Kripa. In Sanskrit, this means the grace of the Guru. And it's not just a nice idea. It's seen as this essential, inexhaustible source of energy that literally fuels a seeker's entire spiritual path. So, in this metaphor, Tesla's lifetime charging becomes the modern-day parallel. It's this limitless power source that makes the whole journey possible. Without it, you're not getting very far.
And then we have the second piece, and honestly, this is the real key to the whole thing. Full self-driving is not a metaphor for how fast you're going. It has nothing to do with physical speed. Instead, it represents that deep, internal pull toward the self. Think about it. It's a guided journey inward. The mind has been given its destination by the guru, by the scriptures, and now it just automatically, relentlessly steers itself toward that goal. So it's all about direction and guidance, not velocity.
All right, that brings us to the third and final objection. And this one is a bit more nuanced. It says, okay, even if we accept the car as a metaphor, is full self-driving really the right one for meditation?
And it's a really good question, isn't it? Why pick something so complex, so high-tech, and automated? I mean, surely something simpler, more traditional, like walking meditation, or even a modern mindfulness app. Wouldn't that be a much closer fit for what we usually think of as meditation?
Well, the answer to that question really hinges on a critical distinction we have to make. Because you see, the word meditation gets thrown around a lot, and it can mean a bunch of different things. Not all meditations are the same. To really get this metaphor, we have to be super clear about the type of meditation we're actually talking about.
And this table lays out that distinction perfectly. On one side, you've got what we might call general mindfulness. The goal there is often about health, about finding a bit of calmness in our busy lives. And a good metaphor for that? Yeah, maybe a casual walk, or even taking the bus. It's useful for sure, but it's not really a focused, transformative journey. But on the other side, you have Dhyana yoga. And that's a whole different ballgame.
You see, Dhyana, as it's taught in foundational texts like the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads, isn't just about chilling out. It's designed to be a powerful, high-performance vehicle for profound spiritual transformation. Its whole purpose is to channel the mind with this single-pointed, unwavering focus toward one ultimate goal. And that's why the full self-driving metaphor is so fitting here. It perfectly captures this idea of an advanced, guided system that's locked onto a specific, life-changing destination.
So we've gone through the objections, we've heard the responses. What's the big takeaway here? After all of this, what's the real point of even creating a modern metaphor like this?
Well, at the end of the day, a metaphor like this isn't meant to be a perfect literal equation. It's a tool. It's a bridge. This whole Tesla equals Dhyana idea uses something we're all familiar with, technology, to shine a light on these really abstract spiritual concepts, like grace and inner guidance. The goal is just to make this ancient wisdom feel a little more immediate, a little more accessible, by looking at it through a completely modern lens.
And that really leaves us with one final fascinating question to chew on. If a self-driving car can give us a new way to think about an ancient practice, what other parts of our modern world, our tech, our art, our everyday lives, could also become new bridges to understanding timeless wisdom? It's a pretty cool thought to explore. Thanks so much for joining me for this deep dive.